Hello everybody and welcome into my review for Star Ocean: The Divine Force. This is the latest game from developer Tri-Ace of the long-running Star Ocean action RPG series that started back on the Super Nintendo. I'm going to be talking about what the game plays like, what the good parts of the game are, and what the bad parts of this game are, and who this game will be for. So first off, one of the unique things about Star Ocean 6 is that the game has two protagonists that you can choose from upon starting a new game file. Whoever you choose will change the story of the game, and who you play as is the main character throughout the game. For my playthrough of the game, I chose to have Raymond as the protagonist of my playthrough. The other playable character you can have as the protagonist and choose to play through the game as is Leticia. Now keep in mind, regardless of who you choose as the protagonist, for battles in the game you can switch to any character that you have that joins you. Star Ocean 6 takes place in a futuristic sci-fi world setting with spaceships and other sci-fi technology. At the beginning, the protagonist Raymond, who does deliveries as his job, is en route to deliver an item to somebody. However, things go wrong when the ship is shot down by an enemy ship, and Raymond and the survivors of his crew crash land onto an underdeveloped medieval planet. After the crash, Raymond must figure out how to survive on the new underdeveloped planet he crash landed on. So, Star Ocean 6 is an action RPG game. You'll go around to different towns buying items, weapons, and armor, and then in between towns you'll go to dungeons where you'll fight enemies, find items, and explore the dungeons, usually fighting a boss at the end of the dungeon. Exploration in Star Ocean 6 is really well done. First off, in this game you move at a super fast pace. You travel very quick in the game, and there is also fast travel in the game to fast travel to areas you've previously been to. However, what really makes the exploration of Star Ocean 6 stand out is the Duma. The Duma is a flying robot mechanism that you get early in the game that allows you to fly around through the air for a temporary amount of time. Using the Duma to fly around and explore areas is so much fun in the game. I think the exploration in Star Ocean 6 is really well done, and it's definitely one of the strongest aspects of the game. Now that I've covered the exploration of the game, let's talk about how the combat of the game works out. Once you find an enemy, you'll run up to them and attack them to start battle. During battle, all your skills and abilities during battle use a resource called AP. AP is consumed when you use the skill, and in order to regain AP during battle, you have to stand still. Once you stand still, your AP will automatically begin recovering. You can do regular attacks in battle that don't consume AP. You can guard to block against incoming enemy attacks. You can do a dodge roll to dodge enemy attacks. And then the last feature is that you can use the Duma in battle. You can fly around with the Duma to flank enemies, and doing so helps you land a blindside attack against enemies. Blindside attacks boost your damage, and they can also have other benefits such as boosting your max AP for a temporary amount of time. So landing blindside attacks is very important in battle. The blindside mechanic was a really great addition to the game, and it was a lot of fun to pull off the blindside attacks and flying around during battle doing attacks. The combat in Star Ocean 6 is overall quite good. The controls are smooth and responsive, and the battles flow at a quick, fast pace. In addition, bosses are also well designed in the game. Many of the bosses in the game are well designed because they have their attacks well choreographed, so you can tell ahead of time when they're about to attack and what attack they're about to do. With skill, a player can dodge all incoming attacks from a boss, and this is something I very highly value in an action type game, and I feel the game has great boss design due to this. Eventually, you are going to defeat all enemies and win a battle. Once you win a battle, you will then be awarded EXP and Full, which is the currency in the Star Ocean 6 world of the game. Once you get enough experience points from winning battles, your character will level up. Upon leveling up, a character will get their stats increased, and they will also get skill points as well. The skill points you get from leveling up can be spent on a character's skill tree to improve their stats or learn new abilities. Also, you can use skill points to boost a character's item creation skills and capabilities. In Star Ocean 6, you'll eventually unlock item creation after you do a brief short side quest. Using item creation, you can make different kinds of items. Making items through the item creation system can be very beneficial. This is because through item creation, you can make very powerful weapons and armor for your characters in the game. Now, I've talked about what the game plays like and a lot of the good things in the game. Now I want to start talking about some of the flaws in Star Ocean 6. First off, one of the biggest complaints about the game from some people, and rightfully so, is the text size in the game. Star Ocean 6, for some reason, has really small sized text. While this might not be an issue for those of us who sit really close to a monitor or a TV we game on, for people who have a game set up where they sit further back, this could definitely present some problems. This is a very silly flaw to be in a game, and it is a fairly big oversight on the game developer's behalf. A lot of people have complained about this on message boards, and I will show you some of the complaints from message boards that people have made about the text size in the game, with people saying, they have 20/20 vision and they literally cannot read the text in the game. So for some people, that's going to be a fairly big flaw with the game. I personally didn't experience any problems with this. I sit very close to a monitor that I game on, but for people who sit further back, that could be a major issue with this game. If you're not sure if you're going to have this problem or not, you can try out a free demo for Star Ocean: The Divine Force. Play the game and see if you have the same problem or not. Hopefully, like me, you don't end up having that problem though. Now, another flaw I would say with Star Ocean 6 is that the combat system, while it's good and it's very fast-paced, it's not as in-depth as other action RPG games that recently came out like Tales of Arise. Like if we take Star Ocean 6's battle system and Tales of Arise, I would say Tales of Arise definitely has the better combat system. The combo system is just a lot more in-depth than Tales of Arise's gameplay and battle system. Another flaw I would say with Star Ocean: The Divine Force is that some party members join way too late in the game. Like the final characters of the game, they're optional and you don't get them really until like 95% through the main story. And by then you're already almost at the end of the game and you barely had a chance to play as those characters. You barely had a chance to really have them in the story and be developed and be interesting. I just wish that the last party members of the game had joined a lot earlier in the game. 95 to like 90% through the main story is way too late for a character to be joining the party. My final gameplay flaw with Star Ocean 6 would be the AI for the party members that you're not controlling. So obviously in battle you fight with other party members and then you have yourself. And you control the character that you're playing as. But the other characters are AI controlled. And in tough boss fights, I found that the other characters weren't really able to hold their own and they were getting knocked out over and over during tough boss fights or tough enemy fights. And so I wish the AI had been a lot better for other party members and that there was more options to change what the AI does. Now I want to talk more about the story of Star Ocean 6. The story in the game I thought was pretty good. I liked the characters for the most part and there wasn't really any characters that I disliked. That being said, this is not like the most absolutely amazing cast of characters in a game. It's not like you're going to beat this game and you're going to go, oh my gosh, that was one of the best RPG stories of all time. But that being said, the characters were enjoyable. Some of them could kind of come across as very generic, like Albert, who is the protector of Princess Leticia. And basically, he's like a knight that protects her. And he kind of acts like Steiner from Final Fantasy IX, where he's really silly and overprotective of the princess. And it's kind of a stereotype we've seen a lot in RPG stories and in media and stories in general of the knight who's like overprotective of the princess. And so I do wish the characters had been a little bit more original instead of kind of being like stereotypes that we've seen many times in different stories. But overall, the cast of characters was pretty good. The antagonists in the game were all right. I'm not going to say they were like absolutely amazing, but they kind of got their job done. But the antagonists were good for the most part. They weren't amazing, but they were good. Overall, the story in the game was pretty good, but it's not going to be absolutely like anything super amazing. Last, what I want to talk about is the music of the game. So the music is composed by Motoi Sakuraba, who you might know is the guy that does have music on a lot of the Tales games. He's done the music on the Dark Souls games, and he's also done the music for the Star Ocean games as well. He did a pretty good job in this game. The battle themes, in particular, Rayming's battle theme, is really, really good and probably one of the best RPG battle themes of 2022. Now, the other songs in the game, like the area themes for the dungeons or the towns, were not as memorable to me as the battle themes were. I think the area themes were a lot weaker, but overall, this was a decent soundtrack from Motoi Sakuraba. I don't think it's one of his absolute best works, but it is pretty good, and I did enjoy the battle themes a lot in the game. The voice acting in the game was also quite good as well, and I didn't really have any problems with the voice acting either. So, overall, is Star Ocean 6, The Divine Force, worth buying? Yes, I would say it is worth buying. It's not the most absolutely earth-shattering, amazing game that's going to change your life forever, but it is a good, solid game. I did have fun playing through it. The music is pretty good in the game. The combat is a lot of fun. The exploration is very good. I always rate my games on an assessment of should you buy it at full price, wait for a discount. Personally, I would recommend buying this game at full price. I really enjoyed it. It's not the best game ever, but it is a really good, solid game. As always, thank you all so much for watching the video. I really greatly appreciate it, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and also follow me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Shockstorm. Thank you all so much, and I will catch you all in the next video. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you all so much.